1, 2, 3, let's begin. Lewis William Wain, British painter. Early life. Lewis William Wain, the 5th of August 1860 to the 4th of July 1939, was an English artist best known for his drawings, which consistently featured anthropomorphized large-eyed cats and kittens. Born in Clerkenwell on the 5th of August 1860, Wain was born with a cleft lip. A doctor told his parents that he should not be sent to school or taught until he was 10. As a youth, he was often truant from school and spent much of his childhood wandering around London. He subsequently studied at the West London School of Art and was eventually a teacher there for a short period. At the age of 20, he was left to support his mother and his 5 sisters after his father's death in 1880. He moved out from home and rented a furnished room when in 1881 he had his first drawing, bullfinches on laurel bushes, published in the Illustrated Sporting and Dramatic News. Artist career. Wain soon quit his teaching position to become a freelance artist. In this role, he achieved great success. He specialized in drawing animals and country scenes, and worked for several journals including the Illustrated Sporting and Dramatic News, where he stayed for 4 years, and the Illustrated London News, where he began in 1886. Through the 1880s, his work included detailed illustrations of English country houses and estates, and livestock he was commissioned to draw at agricultural shows. His work at this time included a wide variety of animals, and he maintained his ability to draw creatures of all kinds throughout his lifetime. At one point, he hoped to make a living by drawing dog portraits. Wain's first drawing of anthropomorphized cats. In 1886, Wain's first drawing of anthropomorphized cats, A Kitten's Christmas Party, was published in the Christmas issue of the Illustrated London News. The magazine editor, Sir William Ingram, commissioned Wain to create this work, which probably represented the peak of his fame. It depicted 150 cats, many of which resembled Peter, engaged in activities such as sending invitations, holding a ball, playing games, and making speeches. It spread across 11 panels. The cats remain on all fours, unclothed, and without the variety of human-like expression which would characterize Wain's later work. What is anthropomorphized? Anthropomorphism is the attribution of human traits, emotions, or intentions to non-human entities. It is considered to be an innate tendency of human psychology. Shortly after the success of A Kitten's Christmas Party, his wife, Emily, died on January 2, 1887. After her death, Wain began to suffer from depression, and cats soon became an obsession for him. As a result, the style in which he depicted them started to change. Emily's death and future tragic events in his life, the death of his cat Peter and one of his sisters, most likely contributed to his mental breakdown. In subsequent years, his cats began to walk upright, smile broadly, and use other exaggerated facial expressions, and wear sophisticated, contemporary clothing. He illustrated cats playing musical instruments, serving tea, playing cards, fishing, smoking, and enjoying nights at the opera. Such anthropomorphic portrayals of animals were popular in Victorian England and were often found in prints, on greeting cards, and in satirical illustrations such as those of John Tenniel. Later life. In 1924, when his sisters could no longer cope with his erratic, and sometimes violent behavior, Wain was committed to a pauper ward at the Springfield Mental Hospital in Tooting. When Wain was discovered there a year later, his circumstances were widely publicized, leading to appeals from such figures as H. G. Wells, and the personal intervention of Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin. Wain was transferred to the Bethlem Royal Hospital in Southwark, and again, in 1930, he was transferred to Knapsbury Hospital near St Albans in Hertfordshire, north of London. Knapsbury was relatively pleasant, with a garden and colony of cats, and he spent his final years there in peace. While he became more and more deluded, his erratic mood swings subsided, and he continued drawing for pleasure. His work from this period is marked by bright colors, flowers, and intricate and abstract patterns, though his primary subject of cats remained the same. What is schizophrenic? Schizophrenia is a mental disorder characterized by continuous or relapsing episodes of psychosis. Major symptoms include hallucinations, typically hearing voices, delusions, and disorganized thinking. Other symptoms include social withdrawal, decreased emotional expression, and apathy. Symptoms typically develop gradually, begin during young adulthood, and in many cases never become resolved. Death. Wain died on 4 July 1939 at Knapsbury Mental Health Hospital, St Albans, Hertfordshire, England. He is buried in his father's grave at St Mary's Roman Catholic Cemetery, Kensal Green, London. The Wain Arts. Writing in 2001, Michael Fitzgerald disputes the claim that Wain was schizophrenic, saying that he more likely had autism spectrum disorder, ASD. He indicates that while Wain's art became more abstract as he grew older, his technique and skill as a painter did not diminish, as one would expect with schizophrenia. He observes that elements of visual agnosia, the inability to recognize certain objects, even though a person can recall them if asked, are demonstrated in his painting. If Wain did have visual agnosia, it might have manifested itself as extreme attention to detail. Series of his paintings have commonly been used as examples in psychology textbooks to putatively show the change in his style as his psychological condition deteriorated. However, given that Wain did not date his works, it is not known if these works were created in the order presented in textbooks, which typically show more florid, abstract pictures as appearing later, indicative of Wain's mental state. Rodney Dale, author of Louis Wain, The Man Who Drew Cats, has criticized this characterization, and argued, Wain experimented with patterns and cats, and even quite late in life was still producing conventional cat pictures, perhaps 10 years after his, supposedly, later, productions which are patterns rather than cats. Thanks for watching, have a nice day.